senior day, all this stuff, and then
Yeah.
follow up a few questions.
Yeah, senior weekend's always one of those special weekends, and it was even more special, I have to admit, because this class that's graduating is the class that came in with our coaching staff. So it was emotional, but then at the same time we knew we had to go and play Weber 3 games, and to come out on top in all 3 of those games, I mean, it made all the difference in our seeding for the tournament this weekend. Put us in just this beautiful position going into the tournament. And the weekend was so fun. I mean, talk about a battle with Weber. I mean, hitting back and forth and high scoring games, but that always is exciting. And I think we got down 8 runs, and I remember I went in the circle and I'm like, hey, we can hit just the same, and we know it, and we have a lot of game left, and then we turn around and answer back with 8 runs, which was just so fun. And I think our team was kind of hyped up the whole weekend and excited to play for our senior class, and I think we showed up really well, hit the ball great, and we had talked about it, kind of a couple weeks ago of what I wanted to see, and it was like, you got to put it all together, and I think we put it all together for the weekend. It was a fantastic weekend, and it was fun and set us up great. So yeah.
Questions, Ann?
Coach, I know I haven't been around a ton this year, but just in watching some of your scores, I think one of the first things that I just wanted to ask about was, it seems like in every single series, maybe until this one, there would be like a loss or even a crazy lopsided loss, and then you come back and win. And I'm referring, I think, mostly to Big Sky.
Yes.
Is that, what is it about that team of the team that seems to be a pattern? And is that a legitimate observation?
Yeah, I think it did happen a lot throughout the Big Sky. We'd actually get run ruled in a game, and then we'd turn around and we would run roll them, and we kind of had those back and forths, and let's not call it a pattern and hope that we don't have that in the Big Sky tournament, that we've gotten through that. But yeah, it did kind of happen that way. Quite often in the Big Sky Conference games, it was one of those things. Like, I think some days our hitting, it's all about that putting it together, right? Like, can our pitching show up along with the hitting and the defense, and can we all be in it together? And we were not having that stuff come together. We'd have a day where our pitching was giving up a lot, and then we weren't hitting like we typically do, right? And then we'd go opposite. All of a sudden the pitching be on and our defense is hot, and then we'd hit the heck out of the ball, So it was just one of those kind of up and down seasons that way, even through the Big Sky, games. But I think, and that could happen again, and but we just gotta, I think, go into the weekend just hoping we have said it all Big Sky play, that can we be running on all cylinders and the best that we can be rolling into the conference tournament. And I think we've learned so much through our play in conference. I do see them in more of a settled place, even coming off of this weekend with Weber. I think they're coming off more confident and knowing what they can do, knowing that if we're down some runs, we can come back. And, so I do, it was kind of one of those weird seasons that way of ups and downs, but I think we fought through it well, and I hope that rolls into the conference tournament. So, yeah.
And I think maybe the question I should have started with is, how do you feel about going into the conference tournament now? How do you feel about where you are going into?
Yeah, I think the team and us as a staff, I think all of us are super excited. It really is great to be a 2 seed. You know, the rule got changed this year where top seed is home team in the tournament. So there's a little advantage of getting to be a top seed, you know, in that 2 seed. I think that can help us. You know, so the regular season mattered, right, which was nice. But I think we're excited. And I do feel like as a team and throughout even the last 3 years, when we go into the tournament, I think we're that type of team, and kind of the legacy of our team has been we play well in the tournament. You know, even last year we got 3rd, and we were struggling last year a little bit, and we still played really well in the tournament. And I think you know, as coaches, our coaching's done, right? You know, we're at that point where through this season we've taught them what we can teach them, and what happens in the tournament is just letting them play. You know, we have done our coaching for the year, and, you know, obviously we still have to make decisions during the tournament, but, you know, I feel like our legacy is we play really well in the tournament. We play relaxed, we have fun. It's an exciting atmosphere, always, every year, and so I think it's just pure excitement, and let's go play ball, so, yeah.
You just said something, so the home team, or Idaho State's hosting.
Yeah.
So they're going to be the number 1 seed, no matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the top seed will always be home team. So
they got the number 1 seed because
they won the regular season.
Last year?
No, this year.
Oh, this
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. So they should be the number 1. Well.
Yeah, so they're the 1 seed, we're the 2 seed.
Okay.
And then it's Sac State is the 3rd seed, Montana the 4 seed, Weber's the 5th, and Portland is the 6th seed.
Okay.
So essentially,
were you tied for 2nd?
we were tied with Sac State and Montana, but we had taken 2 from out of the series. We had taken two games from Sac State and 2 from Montana, so we became the number 2 seed.
That breaks
Yeah.
the tie. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't go that
Yeah.
deep. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that everybody was bunching 9 and 6.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then
There's so much, just equalness within the conference. I mean, truly, anybody can beat anybody.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I don't want to hog questions if anybody else. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll ask another one. Why do you feel like the 2 helps you? That's just a lot better than being 3? Or?
Well, so first day,
Yeah.
the first day of the tournament, the 1 and 2 seed get a bye the first game. So right away, that gives us essentially 1 game a day versus having to play 2 possibly in that first day.
Yeah.
You know, so that makes a big difference in a tournament like this. So.
And then if there's inclement weather or something like that, where you get pushed back or whatever, you have at least another rest period on your side, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How, as a coaching staff, how have you and your team handled this seemingly pitching's there, hitting's not, fielding's there, something else, you know, how have you managed that with the athletes, if at all?
Well, I mean,
some of
it is, you know? Yeah, and it's been a constant talk about what have we learned, right?
Yeah.
And what do we need to try to have all aspects of it? And then also, in a sense, what do you learn, and then a short memory of it, right? And you could see that show up in our games, right? When you get run ruled, you have to have a short memory to then be able to come back immediately 30 minutes later and play that same team, and how are you going to attack them, right? So, you know, we make it pretty simple. Like you gotta flush that last game, and you gotta what did we learn from it? How do we want to show up next time? And let's be better, you know. And that's kind of been the message all year, and you know, we just got to stick with that. You know, everybody can have a bad game, you know, so then you also how do you turn it around and have a great game? So yeah.
I think I'm good.
Coach, last thing here, looking ahead, what's the mindset and approach heading into conference play? You mentioned the team likes to have fun, but also play
Yeah.
hard. What's kind of the approach been this week, and what will it be next week?
Yeah, I mean, again, this week, we've started the week a little bit kind of lighter on their bodies. It's been a long season, so a little lighter on their bodies in practice, but kind of these short, focused practices. We'll have a midweek day off, go have fun at the Den Awards tomorrow evening and let them get all dressed up and see if we can win some awards there, right? And then we'll roll back and we'll have kind of an intense scrimmage on Thursday, kind of get them back in the mindset, getting ready for the conference tournament. And then Friday we'll, kind of go over all the teams again. We've played them all in conference, but then we like to do kind of go through their lineups and go through their teams again and get them start in that mindset for the tournament. And then we roll out on Saturday, and we'll travel on Saturday, and Sunday we'll have a practice, and then the tournament starts on Monday. So this week I think will kind of fly by a little bit. But yeah, I think there's just excitement there. I had some player meetings in these past couple days, and it truly is just they can't wait to go play again. So look forward to it and look forward to that atmosphere. It's just a really fun atmosphere and fun to play in it. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.